All praises to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, forever and ever, so let it be true. Love, honor, and respect to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and to His Holy Son, Yahweh Shai, who died for the 12 tribes of Israel, Matthew chapter 15, verse 24, Matthew chapter 10, verse 5 and 6. And double honors to the apostles of GMS, to the 4 major prophets, to the 12 minor prophets, and to the hopeful elect, the 144,000 brothers, the Akim, the saints who are preaching the word of God on the 4 corners of this earth, risking their lives day in and day out against the whore who sits on the beast, the Greco-Roman Herodian Empire. And peace and blessings, shalom to all you brothers, sisters, and children who are watching these videos. We're on another lesson, and today is Friday. I believe it's I think today is the 4th, October 4th. In that last video, I was trying to read Revelations 12 and 12. I'm going to read it again here. A little more light today. The Holy Book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. And so be glad, you heavens, rejoice, you heavens, and all you that live there. But how terrible for the earth and the sea, for the devil, Satan, has come down to you, and he is filled with rage because he knows that he has only a little time left. And you're witnessing that today. Like I said, we're going into the second quarter of World War III. And the Rothschild family is on a rampage. And when I say the Rothschilds, they control America, Israel, and NATO. All 3, they're one body on the left-hand side. So every time you see the White House briefing, the Pentagon, they'll say Israel's on its own, they make their own decisions, and that's a lie. Everything that comes out of your president, your Congress, your Senate, your governors, your mayors, all these lobbyists, is lies. It's all lies, okay? Because the United States, the Federal Reserve, the Pentagon, we rule Israel. We built Israel in May of 1948. All their tanks, trucks, military fighter jets, their nuclear program, and they have nuclear missiles in Israel. Okay? It's called the Samson solution. All right? They've had nuclear ICBMs in Israel. Why do you think all the Arabic countries are trying to get missiles to defend themselves? From them. They're the bully of the Middle East. They're the bully of the 4 corners of this earth. But you'll be brainwashed on television, okay, that they're fighting the terrorists. Everybody's a terrorist but Israel, the United States, and NATO. But you got to start with the top pit bull is the Pentagon, the branches of government, your military branch. That's the biggest pit bull on the earth. And Israel's a pit bull, and NATO's a pit bull. NATO is the European Union, the ancient Greco-Roman Empire. America is the whore who comes out of Britain, comes out of America. So we're the new Roman Empire. And Israel are the descendants of those Amalekites, the grandson of Esau. All right, and he's the smartest of them all, the most cunning, genius. Okay, he's actually a genius because the Satan and his demons jump into their bodies, and they're the most cunning. That's in the Bible. It goes way back in the book of the Holy Book of Genesis, that they're the most cunning in the garden. All right, they're that serpent, and they're the rulers of the world. Okay, but they'll use the title Israel, that they have their own, that they're doing their own thing. Same thing with Ukraine. They're just titles, but who's running the show? The Rothschilds, the Federal Reserve. Okay, we send them missiles. We built that their nuclear program. Okay, every week we send billions of dollars to Israel. Every week we send billions of dollars to Ukraine. Every week. Okay, but Satan knows he has a short time to bring out this new world order, because now the Most High, he's pushing this faster. If you notice, the days are moving quick, the months are moving quick, because the Most High is he's pushing this to the end, and nobody can stop it. And it was the end of the world when his son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, there's no J's, do your research. We have the ancient Hebrew name, and his name is Yahweh Shai. But when he died on the cross, that was the end of the world. Now we're in the time of great tribulation, and things are moving quickly. Now, going back to the money that the Federal Reserve sends to Israel, sends to Ukraine, we're the bullies. We attack everybody under the sun. If they have assets, if there's land or artifacts that we want, that the Rothschilds want, they're done. Okay? Just like they destroyed Iraq, they made false accusations that they had mass destruction, chemicals, missiles of mass destruction. They had nothing. You know, they had like small short-range missiles, but they had no chemicals or nothing like that. And it was all on false accusations. They just went in there so they could take their artifacts, take all their gold, silver, and their precious jewels. All right. Same thing with Syria. Same thing with Afghanistan. Okay. Now they want Lebanon. They want all of Lebanon, and they want Iran, and they're going to attack Iran. Now, when you go to the Federal Reserve and what happened right now in the South, you have Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Mississippi, Kentucky, and Ohio. That they got over 30 inches of rain, flooded. There's people, thousands of people are missing. The government is saying there's only a few hundred people missing. Now, if you see videos, there's people that are saying there's mass death, but like I said, the government lies to you. And over $100 billion of damage. It's probably get higher than that. This is going to be on the record books. Now, do your research. FEMA has no money. Them people are they're on their own. Okay, all the money is being sent to Ukraine. The money is being sent to Israel for the World War, and the money is missing because they gave that money to the newcomers. Because remember, you can't call them illegals no more. You can't call nobody illegal. You're going to be arrested. They're going to pass laws on it. Okay? But all that money went to the newcomers because they're going to train them to pull you out of your homes and put you in concentration camps. This is all by design, and they're squeezing the economy. And that was more lies today. The job report. The stock market was in the green. With all the destruction that's going on in this world for months, but the last few days, it's been totally, the world's economy is crashing, the war is escalating. The stock market should be crashing right now, but they're lying. It's in the green. The job reports came out. What was the title of one of the articles I read was that it was what was it? I'll think of it here in a minute. But the titles of these articles about the jobs report, that they added over 100,000 jobs, which is a lie. Everything's a lie that's coming out of Wall Street, because like I said, they don't want you to panic. What was it the other day? Bank of America, people couldn't get their money out of the bank. They were looking on their phones. It said that they had a balance of 0. Okay, the banks, they don't want to panic the people, because when it does crash, it's going to be like 9/11. One day you're going to think it's all good, and only the simple believe it's all good, and that's 99.9% of America. They think everything's fine and dandy, and they believe everything they see on CNBC, CNN, and Fox News. It's all lies, especially that jobs report, because the last 3 months, and I'll have to write everything down for you, brothers and sisters, of all the layoffs that are happening with all the corporations, high tech, hospitals, manufacturing, Big Lots is closing down. All the Big Lots here in Colorado are closing. What else is closing? They were closing a natural grocers by downtown, and a lot of people in that area love going to that grocery store. And you can look it up here. It's in Denver, off of East Colfax. They're closing it because of the crime and the homeless just walking in, grabbing food, putting them in bags, and walking out. They're saying it's a loss of millions of dollars, and they're just going to close the store. And that's what's going to happen on the four corners in the United States, not the four corners of the earth. The four corners of the earth, the third world countries, they're in worse shape than us, but we're going to bring everything down, okay? And they're going to blame America for everything because we rule the fiat dollar, okay? When this goes down, you're going to have a lot of people with rage and hate towards Americans. So a lot of Americans, I think you're going to flee to Latin America, to Asia. You're going to be attacked. Nobody wants Americans. I mean, people every day, they're growing more and more hate towards Americans because of your arrogance and your pride. Okay? Because of the arrogance of this place. So you're not going to be able to go to the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Argentina, Brazil, and think you're going to escape this. Then people are going to hunt you down, because the United States is going to bring everything down, and they're going to point the finger at America, and they should point the finger at America, because it's a Ponzi scheme, that fiat dollar. All right, more and more people are waking up. Now, the last couple days at the gold and silver shops, a lot of these metal shops around the United States, they're running out of silver. People are going to their banks, pulling out their money, and they're buying silver. People are starting to panic. Just like right now, if you go to Costco, Sam's Club. I was at Costco again today. They had no tissue. I bought 3 big bags of paper towels. They were $25. They had $5 off on them, so I bought 3 of them. But the toilet tissue was gone, and I didn't go there just for that. I go there for I get a raw cabbage that I like at Costco, and there's a few other items that I like over there. But I'll buy the toilet tissue or the paper towels there or Sam's Club. I got a membership at both. But the tissue was gone. You couldn't find that one roll. That was gone. But they had a lot of paper towels. But all over the United States, it's missing. People are starting to panic, and they're running to get toilet tissue and paper towels. But they should be more worried about getting water, beans, rice, saffron, basmati, coconut waters, coconut milk, stuff like that. Butter, the good real butter, because you're in fish. I always, I push for fish, Mediterranean fish. People say, hey, well, there's chemicals in the ocean. Everything is defiled, but my health got much better by eating fish, and I don't eat those farm, them pools type fish where they grow them right off and they have them growing in the nets. I only eat the wild and more of the fish that's in the Mediterranean. So the Mediterranean is more clean than the Atlantic and the Pacific. But like I said, do your research. And I stock up on a lot of olive oil, vinegars, stuff like that, red wine vinegar. But things are gonna get ugly. Everything that they're telling you is a lie, just like the jobs report. They've kept it in the green. They have to keep people, they're lying to them, just like what they're lying to the people about what's going on in the South. Towns and cities have completely been wiped off. When I say cities, I'm not talking about major cities. Smaller cities of 100,000, some of these towns are like, 50,000 population, 30,000, 20,000. But there's towns completely destroyed. Highways, roads, gone. You have a lot of these highways and roads that went along the rivers, and the rivers there was so much water with all that rain, took out the roads, took out the highways. It's gonna take months and maybe 1 to 2 years to build this back up. All right, and they're saying people are still stuck in the mountains out there with no water and no food. So the government is not going to save you. All our military equipment is in Ukraine, Middle East, and we have a lot of our warships, battleships, and carriers in the China Sea. Okay, you're on your own. If you don't wait for the government to feed you, because you're going to starve to death. And you don't want to wait in line with thousands of people to get some commodity cheese and all their poison food. Because anything that comes from the government is no good. They treat their military like garbage. Because the Rothschilds don't care about your military. All right? They actually call them goyim, which means scum, and they call them trash, a trash barrel. They don't care nothing about your military. They just use your sons and daughters for wars. They pay them low wages and they feed them worse than a dog. I wouldn't even feed my dogs or cats. I raise German Shepherds and I have cats, okay? I buy several bags of cat food. I feed all the cats in my neighborhood. The cats like, they like to come and visit me, and a lot of them live on my property, and they eat good. I wouldn't feed them what they feed the military. All right? So don't depend on the government to help you. Just like right now, the people in the South, Trump country, that's most the South. All right, Trump's not going to save them. You think Trump's going to save you? You think Biden's going to save you? Kamala's going to save you? No, they don't care. They're like I told you, they're coffee boys and flunkies. They take orders from the Rothschild family. And if they try to fight or buck up against them, like Trump tries to buck up against them, he'll be destitute tomorrow. They own the banks. He'll have zero. And this guy's lived a privileged life charm life, he ain't gonna give it all up. You're not gonna see him over here holding a sign or reading the Bible out with me over here, because you're gonna lose everything. When you're in this truth, you're gonna lose everything. Okay? Now, I eat every day. God feeds me. I'm good. Okay? But to live in a mansion, have boats, planes, travel the world, you have to be a part of their organization, the Institute of Psychopaths, the illuminated ones on the left-hand side. Okay? The real ones on the right-hand side, the real prophets, were persecuted. We're attacked. Our channels are suspended. We're shadow banned for a reason, because we hold the truth. That's why we're down here, and all the fakes, low-life, scum, pedophiles, child molesters, child killers. Look at the Bohemian Grove out here in Aspen, Breckenridge. They sacrifice children. A lot of you go, what are you talking about? They're psychopaths that rule over you. Now you see that Diddy, that low life, how he got picked up. They're gonna sacrifice him. He's part of he's a low level Mason though. He's not a 33 and above. He's not on the top of the pyramid. He's a bottom. He's like a bottom feeder. All right, and they turned on him. All right, and you can see all the sick articles and people that are calling him out with children. I wasn't there, so I can't really say. He just looks like a creep. I don't follow none of these rappers or rockers. I think they're all lowlifes. I can't listen to their music. It's like listening to someone scratch a chalkboard. Even when I was young, I couldn't hear music. Now I could hear classical, like the piano or the harp. I could listen to that, but I can't listen to rockers, these rappers, and all this new age, these last 2-3 generations. I mean, that music is pure garbage. But that Diddy, he's a low life, but a lot of things are coming out on him. Raping boys and just sick stuff. And they learned that from the Roman pagan church, because those, the popes, the cardinals, those priests, they molest and they gang rape little boys. They're sick. They're sick human beings. But this whole place is going out. All right, but Satan has but a short time, and he's on a rampage. But they're going to brainwash you in the media and television that Iran's a terrorist, Russia are terrorists, Lebanon are terrorists. Everybody's a terrorist but them. They're the ones bombing and killing everybody under the sun. Okay? Like I said, look up Forever Chemicals, look up the pharmaceutical companies. Like I said, I have to tiptoe because they'll take this stuff down, man. I would have to talk to you face to face to break down things. I can, you know what I mean? They control the internet. They control social media. All right? Like October 7th is coming. It's that anniversary that the Arabs, the Palestinians and Hamas went in there and grabbed all these. That's all lies. I knew that right from the get-go. All right. Now, do all those people in the Middle East want to get them people and destroy those Amalekites, them parasites in Israel? Of course they want to go in there. But their technology, the United States, the Federal Reserve, the Pentagon, Israel, the Mossad, the CIA, and NATO, they're number one in surveillance. They can look through houses. They can see if you're hiding money in your home. They can see if you have ammo and guns. They've had this technology for years. Like I said, they could read a dime from their satellites. They could read the phones. You've seen how they use that kinetic blast to blow up all those cell phones, pagers, walkie-talkies. They have those chips in your televisions, your refrigerators, your stoves. Those electric cars, they can actually take total control of your car and just and take you right off a mountain. All those electric cars. I told you here in Denver in the month of July and month of August, you could get you can go into a car dealership, a Nissan electric car called a Nissan Leaf for $20 a month if you went in the month of July and August. Now September, it went up to 120, which is still low. But those electric cars, you're limited with miles, but nobody really wants to buy them. So they have to throw out these rebates for you to get these cars. Now recently, a few days ago, I went to go looking at campers, and I seen this camper for 30, what was it? They had it for 60,000 because the RV campers right now, trucks, cars, boats, they're not selling because they're overpriced, just like the houses are overpriced. But I went, and like I said, I do my research so I could bring out this truth to you brothers and sisters. So I went to it's called the RV camping, I think it's called Camp World or whatever. So I went down there, they had a camper for 60,000, they had it for 30,000, half off. And then with taxes, it went up to, with the state taxes, city taxes, and there are other little fees that they charge. I think it went up to like 37,000. Okay, and I told them I was a little interested in it, and it was nice. It was a 2024, and it's like a home in there. You know, they're making them like it's like a little house in there. And some of these new 2024s, they actually, you can get a washer and dryer in them. Okay, and then they went to several banks and credit unions, and this guy and the people in there, you know, they thought I was gonna buy this camper. But the thing was, I wanted to see how much the bank was gonna charge on this $37,000 camper. They're over here saying, oh, can you sign this, sign that? I said, the first thing is I want to see how much that bank is gonna charge me. And they said, RVs, they treat it almost like a house. Instead of a 30-year mortgage, they put you on a 15-year. Okay, and I think the payments were going to be close to like $600 a month for 15 years. But I said, I want to see how much the interest is going to be. And they showed me the paper with the interest. I'm looking at it like this, and I said, no. It says on top of the 37, the interest, 33,000 over 15 years. So put 33,000 on top of the 37,000. And I said, I'm not signing this. And they were like shocked, because apparently a lot of people that do buy campers, like I said, they need to go, whoever's buying brand new trucks, cars right now, paying 80,000, 90,000, 100,000 for a brand new Ford or Chevy or Cadillacs or whatever you people are buying, with that type of interest that they're hitting you on, you need your brain checked. You need to go to the hospital, and you need to put your head in something. Let them check your head, check your brain, because something is wrong. Okay? I wouldn't even pay $12,000 interest. I mean, these banks, they got you people bamboozled to pay that type of interest. Like most houses, if you buy a $500,000 house right now, by the time you get a lot of these people are doing a 30-year, 40 years mortgage, you're going to pay about 1.5 million on top of that 500,000. So you're going to pay about 1.7 million dollars off a $500,000 house. That's why no one's buying. There is a few dummies out there though. Like I said, there is some dummies out there doing this, buying cars. I guess they don't understand money, and they don't understand interest. You're never going to pay this thing off. All right. And the latest news is millions of people have stopped, or they're behind. They're behind on their mortgages, rent, and their car loans, their RV loans, truck loans. They're behind 1, 2, 3 months, and some just completely stop because they can't keep up with inflation, and it's only going to get worse. But I look at those guys, I said 33,000. They say, yeah, it's a little high. I said, I ain't paying that. But like I said, I wasn't planning to buy that truck anyway, that RV anyway. I just wanted to see how much interest, and that was shocking. When I told my son, he said, what was it, Dad? I said, you won't believe how much interest. He thought it was around 20,000. I said, that's bad. But 33,000, like I said, I wouldn't even pay 12,000 interest. If you're gonna buy anything, you're gonna have to buy it with cash. That's why you need real assets. Okay. I have some good scriptures I want to come out with because but I'm gonna do this. It's already getting dark, and we're gonna do it tomorrow. But I just wanted to bring out some of the news that's going on. Iran, Israel is going to attack Iran next few days. All right. Now you had Biden; he gave the green light for them to attack their oil fields, but not their nuclear program. But Biden ain't running nothing. That Prime Minister of Israel, he ain't running nothing. The Rothschilds are running it. Number one is to destroy Iran and Russia. So next week is going to be a week that's going to go upside down because they're going to attack and it's going to go back and forth. And Russia, like I said, they blew up one of their military bases in Syria, so things are going to get hot. Things are going to get ugly quick. So if all you brothers and sisters were edified, look up what's going on in the south with that that hurricane, the tropical storm with the over 30 inches of rain. Then people are running out of food, houses completely destroyed. That these people's lives are upside down right now. All right, and more storms are coming. Okay, they're not done. And I'm gonna put a video up how they mess with they seed the clouds to make it rain more. The government was behind this. All right, it was behind this. Then people had no understanding of the power that was of that storm that was coming. But the government was seeding those clouds for it to rain. Okay, so what was I gonna say? There was something else I was gonna tell you. People are distracting me over here. These devils. This guy don't have no control of his dog. He always comes out here. What was it about the flooding? That FEMA has no money. Oh yeah, your government it's bankrupt. All right, they have no money. They're just the money that they are printing is going on the other side of the world, and you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay everything with interest. So if all you brothers and sisters were edified, I'll bring out scriptures tomorrow. All praises to the Most High God forever and ever. So let it be true. The water.